Oh, shoot.
I don't hear anything.
Live from the Lucas Oil Studios, it's Horsepower Hump Day. Because every NASCAR fan needs a push of the old bumper to get them over that hump.
Stop. Oh, my God.
Here's Kenny, Crash, Richie, and Cole. Let's get humping, boys.
Freak Nation, right now you've got 3 Toyotas out of the top 4 that going into Martinsville that just might make it into, of course, that championship weekend at Phoenix. Is your money on William Byron, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell? We know that Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, those 2 dudes are already in. So where's your money this weekend, Freak Nation? Where are you going? Who are you going with as we get to the final cutoff race for championship race in Phoenix? Cole Cusimano, out of the gate. The 4 drivers that we're going to see in Phoenix will be?
Well, we got Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin. I really do believe we could see a Ryan Blaney walk-off again for a 3rd straight year. If that does indeed happen, it's going to make it very interesting between Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell because they're both 1 point apart for the final 2 spots. And in that case, I'd probably lean towards Kyle Larson. Given how they've been in the playoffs so far, the speed as of late, and I don't know. I just can't see 3 JGR Toyotas being in the championship 4. It's very possible. They've been the best team by far and away in the playoffs, but I'd say Larson, Blaney, Briscoe, and Hamlin at this point.
How will Christopher Bell feel about this lovely point system for the 2nd year in a row? I mean, that would just be, oh, wow. Christopher Bell, at the beginning of the season, he went on a 3-race tirade. We were talking about him as being the next best thing. That would just be so strange to me. Now, this is where the fan base likes to go, so what if we had full season points? Wouldn't Christopher Bell be very high up there?
Oh, yeah. I think he'd be top 4, top 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Got to fact check that, but yeah.
I feel like I've read something, a headline, something similar.
Crasher, who you going with? Who's going to be the 4 drivers come Phoenix?
I don't know why I keep thinking Joey Logano just has more. I know it's not an even year, but I'm going to go with Joey Logano. I just feel it, and I'll go Christopher Bell.
Oh, a Larson shutout, huh?
I know.
Richard C. Suave, who you going with, Skipjack?
Okay, here's my long-winded answer. Here we go, because to fill time. Okay. Shout out to the Phoenix Suns, by the way. It's their season opener day. Okay. Before the season, I picked Christopher Bell to win the championship.
Oh, right.
And he proved me right at the very beginning of the season. Like you guys said, he was off to a hot start, and then he completely went away and hasn't done crap in about 5 months. But that's okay. That's okay, because he is my pick to make the championship 4. He will make the championship 4 over Kyle Larson. I believe that JGR has been the best has had the best cars in the playoffs. They've been the best team all season long in terms of winning races. So I do believe that it will be Christopher Bell. Such is that he is currently the favorite, and according to sports books, plus 250 to win the championship right now, despite not having clinched his way in yet, and despite being right in the contention with Kyle Larson. So I'm taking Christopher Bell, obviously Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, your 2 already qualified drivers, and the final driver I am taking is going to be another walk-off for the 3rd straight season for Ryan Blaney. Never bet against Penske at Martinsville the last 3 years. Ryan Blaney, before the playoffs, was my pick to win the championship. So I'm picking my preseason championship pick and my playoff championship pick. Either of those 2 guys win the championship, and then I am proven right either way.
And that's all you care about.
Yes.
So nobody is taking anything about William Byron or
Have
Chase
you asked
Elliott.
me yet, Crash?
Hey, Kenny, what are you taking? Who are you taking?
Okay, you see that right there? You see the stones on that guy? there. That's William Byron and his Stones.
Okay.
He's walking this bitch off on Martinsville, and he, along with Christopher Bell, will be the Final Four in Phoenix.
I respect it.
William Byron, a couple of wins. However, both those wins were in the spring races at Martinsville, and that's why I'm saying, Broham, bring those freaking WB Stones to do it.
You know what he's going to do, Kenny? I can almost guarantee you. Write this down, mark this down, everybody, and make the time code so that way when I'm proven right again on Sunday, we can play this back.
Okay.
William Byron's going to get the pole.
Okay.
On Sunday. Something he can do, and he's proven he can do. And he's proven if he gets the lead, he can lead a lot of laps, right? He did it at Darlington earlier this year, among other races. But when he gets down to that final 30 laps, he always chokes, whether it's a pit stop or something else. He has yet to, finish off races that he has dominated.
Well, what was that last race where it wasn't his issue? It was another driver. Oh, it was freaking Ty Dillon at Las Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Oh.
And last week, too, he was leading coming to the tri-oval, and he got wrecked by our buddy Kosovar.
So, yeah, I'm going to disagree with you, Kenny. I think he's going to have a really good race. He's going to be in contention to win.
All right.
But Ryan Blaney is going to take advantage of a mistake from the 24 team and get the W.
All right, so just to clarify, I'm going to say Christopher Bell, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, of course, Chase Briscoe, Crash Gladys. You're saying who again?
Bell and Logano.
All right. Richard C.
I'm taking Christopher Bell and Ryan Blaney.
Got it. Colson.
Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney.
I love how nobody's talking about Chase Elliott.
Yeah, right?
I don't love it. I'm just saying no one's saying a damn word about Chase.
And I'll tell you what, he has a great shot to get that win, too. He did it once before in 2020 when he won the championship. He's got great numbers there. He's got 3 straight top fives there at Martinsville. I don't have all the numbers in front of me. My laptop died here, but he's got some great stats at Martinsville. He ranks among the top 5 in this series and in the next gen. So do not be surprised, despite our lack of confidence in him this weekend, if he goes out there and wins the race.
And according to Cole Cusimano and Richard C. Suave, they're bringing the Loudon tire to this track, right?
Correct. Yep. I believe it's the left side. But they're bringing the tires they had in the spring at Martinsville, and then the tires they ran at Loudon this week as well. Again, I believe for the left side, but I could fact check that in a second here.
But here, not just to Martinsville, but also Phoenix.
Yep.
Correct.
According to Holler Talk, that's what they said.
And
Okay.
who won at Loudon? Ryan Blaney.
Blaney.
Ryan Blaney. YRB.
Who won at Phoenix? Bell. Oh, no, but it doesn't matter. It's a different tire than last Phoenix. So,
Still.
Yeah. But still. Mm-hmm.
Do we see something similar to the drama that we had in 2022 and 2024, whether it was the Hale Mellon or the Christopher Bell, William Byron issue last year? Do we see something like that?
God, I hope so. That's
Yeah.
that's the beautiful thing about the playoffs. I feel like this race at Martinsville, despite Martinsville not being a favorite track of really anybody anymore at this point with this car, it always delivers drama. And that's why I love the playoffs, and I have a feeling we're going to get it. We're going to get it because those points are so close between between Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson, and the fact that all these guys need wins too. It's going to make for awesome drama in the last stage of this race. First 2 stages, I don't care. Whatever, who cares? But I'm going to be locked in after the race in F1 race in Mexico City wraps up. I'm going to be locked into the 3rd stage of this Martinsville race, and it's going to provide great drama.
Hey, Austin Hill will be joining us this hour, Freak Nation, your Talladega winner in the Xfinity Series. And one thing that Crash brings up in this interview was the importance of manufactured manufacturer's championship. And
Owner's championship.
Owner's championship. Sorry about that, Crasher. Owner's championship, but as important as that, frankly, is the brand of the alleged cars that make it into the finals. And right now, those 2 Fords are outside looking in. 2 of you have Ryan Blaney. Crasher has Joey Logano. When was it? Was it 2 years ago, or was it the beginning of this year when Fords were just sucking hind boob?
The last 2 years.
Was it?
Last 2 years.
Getting out the right. Mm-hmm. Wonder if there's any pressure there with. And we were talking about this off mic. Was it about Roger Penske crapping the bed? Was that before our Sunday night show? Well Roger Penske.
What?
That was
Roger
at,
Penske.
for us for Talladega.
Got it.
Yeah,
got
because I mean Blaney and Logano were top of the field the entire race, and they just fumbled it away final stage. But yeah, that could be a topic of concern too.
Right.
Could be no Penske Fords in the championship 4. Imagine there's 3 JGR Toyotas, 1 Hendrick Chevy, no Penske Fords. That'd be exciting.
So
Not for the Ford board meetings.
Right. Well, there you go, Freak Nation. What are your 4 picks? Be sure to share with us on Twitter at SpeedFreaks. as we hit Martinsville this weekend. And again, we expect the drama that's going to happen. And I'll say it again with Talladega, the Talladega spring race, watching that versus watching it in the fall race, they're just two different animals, knowing what's at stake. And same for Martinsville, knowing what's at stake. I'll be watching the majority of the damn race. I say that. I plan on it because Martinsville tends to provide some of that hype or actually back up some of the hype that it offers up. Will it be another Hail Melon? Will it be another issue between? Remember how awkward that was, where those shots of Christopher Bell just standing outside of his car? It's like, oh, that was painful.
It was like a half an hour of him and William Byron just solo shots, looking like distraught and what's going to happen.
Oh,
Who's in?
Will there be more race manipulation? They cracked down on that.
What's going on
They
here, Cole
claim to have
Cusimano?
cracked down on it. Do they really have a checks and balances system to be able to monitor that?
I don't know how you can, because it's like
know.
Logano was saying at Vegas and last week too. It's like you got to know your point situation if you're racing for points. So they're going to be told one way or the other what their position is in the standings.
And will we see like the RFK team going over to help the Penske guys? I mean, is that much on the line? Yeah.
Well, what are the margins?
There's a lot to watch.
What are the margins on manipulation? Isn't that sport?
Kind of.
Well, it's like last year. 'Cause
Right.
they had like, I believe it was Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon helping out William Byron, slowing up cars, blocking traffic, and letting up passes to Byron. But I guess you really can't police that.
No.
Unless it's like blatantly obvious in SMT and they can pick it up right then and there. I don't see how you can police that in like real time.
And what I meant about sport was in the NFL, there's a fumble and there's just a pile of big ass dudes trying to recover that ball. Each team is pointing this way. And they're trying to get in the ref's head and going, yeah, man, it's our ball, it's our ball, it's our. There's manipulation from the minute to the minute to large when it comes to sports. To large. That's what the hell I'm talking about.
Huge,
I'm
large.
just dying at how you're holding Willie B. In your hand.
I know,
like a
right?
rag doll.
Huge and
It's
large.
like a voodoo doll. I know you said he's going to make the championship 4, but you're handling him like a voodoo doll right now.
Stones. Show me, WB. Show me your stones. And
Really?
seriously, do you want your Jets to not try and manipulate a victory finally?
I would take anything at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah, I would. I would take that. Put some cameras up, like Bill Belichick did with the Patriots. Deflate some balls. Do whatever you got to do at this point.
I can recall before soccer games in college, I would go up there and start talking to the ref. It was all manipulation, man. You start talking, hey, how you doing? Melvin, some nice kicks you got there. Those sambas.
You did not. Did you really? Like they're really going to take your pleasantries into consideration?
Well, it's better than walking up going, hey, you ass.
Yeah, not to do that.
Right?
Okay. Huh. All right.
Yeah, it's manipulation. It just happens. You did not talk nice to the refs. A-hole.
I can't see you doing that. No, because what is it really going to do? That's the reason I ask. What is it really?
It's the human element.
Okay. Yes, valid.
And getting back to the Christopher Bell, William Byron issue, all of that behind the scenes was human element. There was nothing black and white. There was no right or wrong. There was a lot of gray area, and their conclusion, like it or not, was manipulated by human freaking beings.
They implemented a new rule this year after that race at Martinsville last year, and they talked a little bit about it on Holler Talk on today, and I got the feeling to me that like what they can do in a situation if this were to happen again is very, very wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't very clear on what the repercussions would be. It was more like, hey, we're just going to suggest that you don't do this. And if you do, there's going to be some repercussions, but we're not going to tell you what they are until they actually happen. It seemed to me like it was more on the manufacturer level than it was on the team level. So if they would essentially go after the manufacturers instead of the teams. That's what I took away from it, as opposed to, hey, if you guys do this and as a manufacturer and Chevy does what they did last year again, we're not going to go after the driver or the team per se. But that's how I read into their discussion on Hunter Talk. I don't know if that's the case. Again, it's very, very gray.
But don't you get into a little shaky ground if you start calling out manufacturers that put millions and millions of dollars into your series?
Well, they did it last year.
Well,
they did it last
I know,
year.
and I know they've got to say something, Richie.
Yeah.
But really, what are they saying when the cameras and mics are off? Well, they've got their arm around Ford. Yeah. They're going, they got their arm around Ford going, good job, Chevy. It's that old scenario where my football coach would say, no, I don't want your applause, but his hand would be down here like this. No, enough. No. I mean, they got their arms wrapped around Toyota and Ford, and they're going, good job, Chevy, or they're going, Chevy, you suck. So,
yeah.
Playing the politics.
That's what we're hoping for Martinsville. And your only national wrap-up show on Sunday night will be right here with SpeedFreaks on the Freak Radio Network, of course, on YouTube. And if you miss it, it'll be on Racer, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Monday. Ratings came out with IndyCar with Formula One taking on NASCAR and Cole Cusimano. You care to share with the Freak Nation? Give us the backstory on this whole story.
Yeah. So last week, F1 raced at Austin, COTA, and obviously NASCAR took to Talladega
Why is
for
Richie's head
the
down
playoff
right now?
race.
There it is. Okay.
And there was a lot of discussion about NASCAR and the ratings, how they've been plummeting. But as we pointed out, NASCAR made its return to Big Daddy NBC. And Richie had this thought, this inclination that maybe F1 could beat out NASCAR at Talladega, of all places, in the playoffs, because, F1 was playing at a normal time here in the U.S. It was West Coast time. Didn't really conflict with NASCAR. But you know what? The ratings point to a NASCAR win by 1 million viewers.
1 million
Let's hear it,
viewers.
baby. Come on. Need some applause here. Let's go.
Yeah, Richie's trying to find some discrepancy in the ratings, aren't you, Richie, right now?
No, I'm trying to look at. I'm trying to compare the 2025 U.S.
You
Grand
can't
Prix
defray
race.
what happened, Richie. That was an ass whooping.
Hold on.
Oh, here she goes.
No.
Here she
I don't know if
goes.
I would call it an ass whooping. It was a million person difference. That is huge. But the argument coming in was Formula One ratings are going up, NASCAR ratings are going down, but now they're going head to head and both on network TV. Who's going to pull it off? NASCAR was the clear winner, but I don't know. Formula One still brought out a record number, didn't they?
Into my point here. You're leading into my point, which is Big Daddy NBC. This is the chance for NASCAR ratings to rebound to that 3+ million mark that they were at for a lot of their network TV races in the past. They did not get there, and they weren't even close. So much as to say, last year, 2024, 3.127 million viewers on NBC for the Talladega race. 2025, 2.55 million viewers. That is a $500,000, $500,000 viewer decline, 18% down. Meanwhile, Formula One was up 100,000 viewers. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Well, for all intents and
Formula One
purposes,
on the rise, baby. Come on.
there are no asterisks in sports, only scoreboards, and mine is reading win.
Valid.
Win, because NASCAR beat out F1 in terms of viewership and ratings.
And that was the only part of the bet.
Exactly. The bigger point that needs to be made here is that NASCAR had its ratings go up, and they beat out F1 in being televised on a national network in NBC. And they've got Martinsville and Phoenix coming up here on NBC as well. So I think it begs the question, had NASCAR been on NBC or Fox for half and half the year, would the ratings be in the tank at this point in the season,
Did
you
the
got to
cable
figure
networks?
this is a net loss at this point,
Well, Richie, again, bring up the last time, prior to this, the last time that they were on a Sunday, the last time that they were on a network was how far back in the season?
Back in April at Talladega.
Yeah.
Yes.
So April to October, that is definitely 6 months. That's stunning. Because in between you had Amazon, you had TNT, what other T's?
There was TNT, there was Prime.
Oh, Prime, yeah.
I think that's it, actually.
USA Network.
USA.
FS1.
FS1, okay. Welp.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's also a lot of networks. There's no continuity there. Even if you've got graphic upon graphic on social media and saying, this is where you watch Sunday, for the casual viewers, that's just not smart. And maybe they're not catering to the casual viewers anymore. I don't know. I don't know that answer.
Yeah, and even like my dad, he'll text me all the time, what channel is the race on this week? Because it's always different. It's always changing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Cole,
that's a big reason.
What networks or what broadcast affiliates will the NBA be on this year?
I have no idea.
Give me just
TBS, TNT,
I would say.
ESPN.
I know.
No, you're all, two out of the three. You're wrong.
I'll raise my hand.
Wrong, really?
I'll raise
They're
my
on
hand because I know.
ABC. They're on ABC, right?
Well,
Yes.
you said TNT and
Yeah.
TBS. No,
Okay.
They're gone. TNT's gone, dude.
they're gone.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know ABC, ESPN,
They're
Okay,
smart.
Keep going. Keep going.
not Fox, not CBS,
Right. Hold on, Richie.
NBC.
Yeah, there's
NBC.
one.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's pretty right there.
Keep going.
Keep going.
That's a lot already. Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. NBA TV.
Anyway, Richie.
Yeah, they are moving a lot of their slate to NBC and Peacock this year.
Peacock.
Back so much as to say that last night, Tuesday night, was the debut of the NBA regular season, and they had a doubleheader on NBC Network TV. The first game went into double overtime. Great game. Great finish of that game. The second game was actually a pretty close game too. But they are smart, and they are going to Network TV. Geniuses.
But you did say Peacock.
And Peacock too, yes. But it's most of the games are going to be on NBC. Yes.
Big Daddy NBC. Okay.
You forgot another one.
There's Prime.
Yeah.
They're on Prime this year
No.
as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a great meme with a fence post with two dudes looking up the fence post like, duh, where am I going to find the NBA this year? And it's similar to what we're talking about with NASCAR. I get it. I understand that we need to evolve and get into. We talked about this ad nauseum Sunday night about Formula One going to Apple. But again, if NASCAR wants to get back to their roots, if sports wants to, again, try and keep some of those solid numbers, network TV is still the way to go, man. It is still the way to go. ESPN, ABC, NBC, Peacock, and Prime, those are all the 5 networks that NBA is going to be on this year. And what did you guys come up with for NASCAR? How many this year, was it?
Oh, well,
Fox Sports 1, Prime,
TNT,
NBC, TNT,
NBC, TNT, USA.
USA.
True?
Oh, yeah, True TV, right?
Cup race. Oh.
We're talking about a goddamn cup race,
Say 6, 7.
bro.
6, 7.
It was, yeah.
That's the
practice
first time I've ever
Six,
done that. First time I've ever done that. Full transparency. I still don't know what it is, but I know it's the thing. So.
And not a knock against your dad, but he's right. He's calling you going, dude, what network is it on this week?
And I would say he's beyond a casual fan.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been watching since 08 with us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there you go.
So that, again, that dovetails into IndyCar. In IndyCar, every one of their races will be on Big Daddy Fox. Every single one of those will be on Fox next year. And I don't know, Crasher, what you're hearing, but the speculation as far as numbers go, what are they hoping for? Is there a lot being banked on bigger, better numbers for next year?
I'm not hearing a lot right now, but this is seemingly the exact same conversation we had at this time last year because we knew then that all of the 2025 races were going to be on Big Daddy Fox as well. So here comes the season opener at St. Pete, and they were thrilled, they meaning the series and arguably the folks at Fox. They were thrilled with the, 1.2, 1.3. People like me were like, no. You've done that before on NBC. If you made this massive Super Bowl commercial push and other areas you're sliding in these really bold IndyCar commercials, I was hoping and expecting for at least 1.5 or above. I was actually even pushing it to the 2 mark because just knowing they sent out mailers, 500,000 mailers or something along those lines. The value pack mail. Yeah. So there was stuff at all Shell gas stations. Every time you filled up, you could watch Will Power or one of the IndyCar drivers. So I was expecting it to be so much higher. I don't know what to expect going into 2026. I really don't. I know there's going to be Fox muscle behind it, but I don't know what it's going to actually turn out to do.
When you have, is it the Fox Sports president that's a huge IndyCar fan?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I know his name's escaping me right now, but yes.
That certainly doesn't hurt your
Indiana
cause.
University grad.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
That certainly doesn't help your cause.
It does help your cause.
It certainly doesn't hurt
Nope, yeah.
your cause in putting that brand out there, Cole Cusimano.
Yeah, and also we had the graphic up here when the season ended. Like, this was a significantly improved year in terms of viewership for IndyCar. I think I want to say it was between 3 to 5 races were below the viewership of last year. So that's a major increase.
True.
I think popularity is only going to skyrocket with it being on Big Daddy Fox. And just the overall product that we saw this year I thought was really good too. I think having the star power with guys like Alex Palou will really help as well. But I'm very intrigued to see how this next year goes. I think another full year under Fox will be a huge benefit, and we should see more of an increase.
Hey, Richie, did you ever see any data on the crossover between Formula One and IndyCar fans?
I have not. I haven't seen that particularly, but I do have the actual numbers that Cole was just talking about here. Chase Holden, he's IndyCar podcaster.
Garage Guy Chase, like him.
He put out a pretty big post on Twitter the other day talking about how IndyCar can take advantage of Formula One moving to Apple and going behind a paywall, whereas IndyCar, like we just said, is going to be on Fox for free every single race next season. He put out the numbers from 2025. Average viewership, 1.36 million viewers, up 27% year over year, the highest since 2008. Indy 500 pulled 7 million viewers, a 41% jump. And the 18 to 34 demo grew 81%, with women 18 to 34 up 72%, and women 18 to 49 up 30%.
Oh, dang.
So the baseline is there, man. And like I was just talking about, they have the perfect opportunity to take advantage of Formula One going behind the paywall. And if they're smart in their marketing and using Fox's marketing, they would do like a guerrilla marketing campaign and be like, hey, Formula One, blah, 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 blah. Come look at us. We go 240 miles an hour on ovals. Like, come watch us instead.
And we pass.
And we have, yeah, exactly.
A lot.
And arguably your greatest driver in Formula One is scared shitless to run in an IndyCar. We're talking about Michael Schumacher, who said that's just too dangerous.
But his son just tested at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So, yeah. Where was I going with that? Oh, Jake Query. What was the tweet that Jake Query just put out shortly before we started here?
I saw this right before the show. He was, so the Indiana Hoosiers football team ranked number 2 in the country, right? Ranked number 2 in the country. They are going to be on they're like the featured game this week on Fox, big noon kickoff, right? Yeah. And they're playing UCLA. And Jake Query said this, if you are a fan of both the Indy 500 and Indiana football, you're going to have a pretty cool Saturday. And Jake is a radio host there in Indianapolis, among other
Doesn't
things.
he do the pit reporting for the radio network?
He does for the Indianapolis. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. The IndyCar IndyCar Series Radio
Friend
Network.
Of the Freak Nation.
Friend of a Freak Nation. He's a great guy. He and I graduated at the same time, different high schools in the Indianapolis area, but spot on with his knowledge. Jake is in the know.
Yeah, so I think that would be cool. Crush and I were talking about this before the show and kind of thinking about what this could include. And I have a theory. I don't know if this is going to be the case, but I think it would be great, and I think it would be super smart on Fox's. So they do their Fox Big Noon Kickoff, their pregame show that's goes up against College Game Day, right? College Game Day always does a guest picker every week, and I don't know if Fox does the same thing, but I'd imagine a great opportunity would be to have Alex Palou or Joseph Newgarden, whoever it may be, preferably Alex Palou, show up and be the guest picker on Fox Big Noon Kickoff this weekend, show up with the Borg Warner Trophy, and then during the game at halftime or whatever, go and do a little thing please welcome Alex Palou, and he's got the Borg Warner Trophy with him at midfield or something. That would be awesome.
Nothing says college football and where's Bloomington like Alex Palou.
Yeah.
Come on. I would rather see Alex Palou.
I would rather see Mario freaking Andretti roll in there.
This is okay. Okay, love Mario, obviously, but he's not a current driver.
I could walk next door and ask Marilyn and Lou, two people that are in their 70s and early 80s, that probably won't watch the football game, but I'll say, who do you know, Alex Palou or Mario Andretti?
That's not how you market a sport.
I'm going to walk across the street,
new stars.
And I'm going to talk to people that are 30 years younger. Who do you know, Alex Palou or Mario Andretti? Mario Andretti.
Okay, but you got to build Alex Palou up. He is your Indy 500 champion. He is your 3-time consecutive series champion. Somehow, the marketing has to get behind that guy. And maybe you can have Mario Andretti with him and go, well done, son. You're taking the crown. Or I don't know.
Do you want to drink real Coke or do you want to have Coca-Cola? You want the OG.
I think you're underselling Alex Palou.
I think you're vastly underselling Alex Palou.
This guy's potential to be better.
Then what?
Potential.
Name recognition, goddammit.
Well, that's what they're doing.
That's what they're
Yeah.
trying to build, dude.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Yes.
But if you have one opportunity, Eminem, to knock it out of the park, freaking Mario Andretti to roll in there with.
Hey, let's market to young people. Let's bring in an 85-year-old. Let's do that. Come on down. You sound like the old white dude that you always hated right now. Bring in the old white dude.
I'm the biggest Alex Palou fan.
Hey,
Every time he joins
do you want
us.
to bring in freaking Metallica or do you want to bring in Taylor Swift?
Metallica.
Oh, that's not the answer Richie wanted.
Well, I'd rather bring in
was a
Metallica.
bad
That's
one,
an
Richie.
easy answer for me.
That was a bad one.
Okay,
So
that was
you're
the wrong
thinking
question.
that this announcement involves an IndyCar driver.
There's going to be a tie-in there
Okay,
somewhere.
got
Yes, that's what I'm seeing. That's how I'm inferring from that tweet that I just referenced.
Well, if you
And
want,
it basically needs to be Alex Palou because, not just because he's the champion, but because that tweet said that if you like the Indy 500 and you like Hoosier football, they didn't say if you like the
Right.
IndyCar series. It said Indy 500 specifically. So who won? Alex Palou. Kenny's speechless.
Okay. For me, to ring it back in for a second here, going back to what you were saying about capitalizing on F1 going to Apple, I think this is a great opportunity for IndyCar because for the more casual fans, they just see an open wheel race car like F1, and they're
That's
gonna
so
gravitate towards
true.
that.
Yep.
So, like in my instance, I'm not gonna buy Apple TV to watch F1. I'm gonna watch IndyCar, another open wheel series, on national TV on Fox. So it's a great opportunity for IndyCar to capitalize off F1's blunder, in my opinion.
And it's not just road courses. It's street. Formula One has street circuits too, but it's also ovals. The big, big, big ones and the little tiny ones.
We have
Get it all.
passing, we have refueling, strategy, everything.
Yeah, Fox, there's your commercial.
all right, Richie, now that's going to, well, we're not going to know the numbers, are we? We're not going to know the effing numbers with Apple TV.
no, they're not going to release
No.
it unless they're good.
Yeah, yep.
They do, seriously.
They
You would think
They
so.
release
Oh,
them
yeah.
only when they're good.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, Amazon Prime released their numbers for NASCAR this year, so if they're good, they'll put it out, right? Because it's good marketing. But if their subscribers are showing up and there's only 1 million people watching, they ain't gonna tell anybody. You know,
Because I was going to try and.
MLS has. We still don't know. It's been 4 years of this new deal between Apple and MLS now. Still have yet to know how many people have signed up for MLS Season Pass, which is the extra pass you have to pay to watch all of the MLS games.
And we're partners with one of the partners partner with Major League Soccer, and they still don't have legitimate numbers.
Oh, serious?
They don't have the full meal deal as
So
far
they
as numbers go.
pay they pay.
I'm not going to get into it, Crasher. That's
Got
all
it.
I'm going to say.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say, Crasher.
Okay. Good.
Coming up in moments, Austin Hill, your Talladega winner, will be joining us here momentarily, flying those Lucas Oil colors. Don't forget SpeedFreaks Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube, the Freak Radio Network. And if you miss us, go to Racer Network the next afternoon, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. So Austin Hill, Crasher, what are the stats on that guy when it comes to Atlanta, Talladega, and Daytona?
10, right?
Oh, I got him.
10 supers. Oh, Cole's got him. Let's go to Cole. But
Cusimano?
I believe it's 10 super speedway wins, the most in all of NASCAR.
Correct. I've got all the numbers here if you guys want them. I got
Let's do it.
Austin Hill, 10 drafting track wins. That extends his series leading record over Dale Earnhardt and Tony Stewart with 8. That marked his 4th consecutive season with 4 wins. And that he has a career most laps led this season as well. So he's been really good. Made the championship 4 last year, should have been in it this year, and a 22-time developmental series winner across NASCAR. So for as much crap as Austin Hill gets, he really is a very talented driver, especially on the drafting tracks, as noted there with the 10 wins. So, I'm curious to hear what he has to say.
This is about 12 minutes of a 16, 17-minute interview. We'll have the full interview up on our YouTube page. But there's some great insight to Austin Hill. Austin Hill, Xfinity Series winner from Talladega right now. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. So Freak Nation, it seems every time we have, who's lying? I'm not lying. Every time we have Austin Hill here in the Freak Nation, Lucas Oil Studios, it's after a big win. And dude's been winning a whole hell of a lot. I think last time I saw you in a race win, Austin, was I grabbed you in the hallway there down in Mexico, and we chatted for 10 or 15 minutes, and now you go out and win Talladega, and you're about to walk into a party there at RCR after this race win. Is that when you walk in there, are they going to have a big old cup car there for you and say, congratulations, you earned a cup ride for 2026, hey! Austin?
That'd be cool. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I know that we will have the winning car, the Bennett Chevrolet number 21, on display with the trophy and checker flag, all that stuff. So, excited to always win races, and then to get to celebrate it with the entire RCR organization, everybody at ECR, just all the effort that goes into it. It's not just the 21 team that gets the job done and gets these wins. It's everyone involved. And, we have over 300 employees or so. So, to celebrate with everyone at the shop, we're going to have a bunch of pizza and have a good time with it. So I'm excited about it.
Sometimes I'm always concerned when I used to go to the office Christmas party or the office, whatever, happy hour of me getting lit and saying things and doing things that I shouldn't have done. Has there ever been like an afternoon party at RCR when someone had to say something to some driver or some crew chief? Bro, back off away from the Jack Daniels, man. You're going to embarrass yourself the next day.
I can only think of like when we have our Christmas parties that things like that start to happen, but I haven't been around anything that's gotten out of hand yet. So, hopefully this year when we have our Christmas party with RCR, it stays low key and doesn't get out of hand like what you're saying.
So in other words, Richard Childress has never had to look at someone and say, "Hold my watch," right?
Yeah, not since I've been around. Maybe back in the day, but not since I've been around.
Hold on, though. No. I don't want this year's Christmas party at the RCR headquarters to be tame or lame or low key. You are going for an owner's title for Richard Childress. That even pays more money than a driver's title. I was today years old when I found that out. There's so much still on the line that if you were able to celebrate that large at the end of the year, I expect Richard Childress wine to go out of stock.
Yeah, I would say that if we're able to pull this off and win the Owners' Championship, it's probably going to not be as low-key as what it was last year. I could see it getting a little out of hand and getting kind of into the wine and having a good time with it. So I hope that that's the case. I hope that, it's one of those things where we're celebrating and having a blast here come Christmas time.
Can you talk a little bit about the Owners' Championship versus Drivers' Championship? Because honestly, you're bringing this to light more than I think anybody has realized in the past. And there's something so unique, at least that I've witnessed over the last 5-ish years, between your relationship with you and Richard Childress. I've watched it grow. I've watched you guys really get into a deeper support for each other. So can you explain the actual, at least from your perspective, importance of an Owners' Championship? Because we are, as media, so focused on the drivers.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique situation this season with you had the 19 car win at Las Vegas, so they locked into the Owners' Championship. And then now you have the 21 that won Talladega and locked into the Owners' Championship. And those two cars are only going for the Owners' Championship. And then you're going to have, two other cars that unless, say the 2 goes out there and wins Martinsville or something like that, it'll more than likely be the 7 and the 88 going for drivers and owners. So it's going to be a little different this year. It's going to be weird, just because normally when you have, normally the 4 drivers that make it into the championship also are making it into the owners for the most part. That's kind of how it normally plays out. But that hasn't been the case this season. And, for me, when we got knocked out of the drivers playoffs, from the round of 12 into the 8, and then I was told come Monday morning that you still made it into the owners, then that kind of made me still feel like I'm still going to view this as it being just a regular drivers and owners championship. I'm still going to go out there, do everything that we've done all season long, try to win a race, try to lock myself into that final four for the owners, and then go out there and get the job done. And for me to be able to go out there and do that and have a shot at it and do it for somebody like Richard Childress, the bond that we have and everything that we've done the last 4 years together would be just as special, if not a little more special, than me winning a driver's championship just myself, just because, everything that Richard Childress has done for me in my career, I owe it to him to go out here and win that owner's championship.
You guys got something special going.
We do. Yeah. I mean, so Richard and I, from the first time that we started back in 2022 and we started off with a bang winning Daytona, it's just been such an easy transition coming over from the Truck Series to the Xfinity Series and racing for a team like Richard Childress Racing. I truly wouldn't really want to be anywhere else. It's just my kind of people, the way that we race, the old school mentality, the way that Richard Childress carries himself. It's just it fits my style, and I have a lot of fun with it. And him and I, outside of the racetrack, we go elk hunting together and deer hunting together. We do all these different things outside of the racetrack. I'm hoping we go on a fishing trip together here shortly. We haven't done that yet, so maybe that's something that him and I can tackle next. But maybe we'll have to do that after we get an owner's championship. But him and I, we just always get along really well, and we've kind of gotten to know each other on a personal level, and that's something that not all drivers can say about their owners.
Mm-hmm.
That's key.
Austin Hill, Xfinity Series winner out of Talladega, of course, running for RCR, flying those Lucas Oil colors, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And I've been a part of ageism. Granted, I don't look my age. I know I look a hell of a lot sexier. Thank you, Austin. But if you would have gotten started at RCR at, say, Jesse Love's age, would there be any question about you moving into Cup?
I mean, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't know that answer for sure. I would think that if I did start at a very young age and started right after, turning 18 and coming over to RCR, there probably would have been an opportunity by now to make it to the Cup level with RCR. And, for them, going out and getting Kyle Busch, that was a great thing to do for this organization. It helps everyone on the Cup side and Xfinity side. It's not just the Cup side that it helps. So having someone of his caliber actually brings a lot to the table. But you never know. In the next year or 2, 3 years, you never know when the seat may come available, and it could be one of those things where it works out to where I get to run 2 or 3 years in the Cup Series and see if I can do it, see if I can run up front, see if I can have a shot at winning races and win races. So I'm always staying ready. I'm staying as positive as I can to, make it to that Cup level with RCR. And if it doesn't happen and I have to stay in the Xfinity level and become kind of a Xfinity lifer, that's okay too. I'm having a lot of fun here at RCR. I have a lot of fun driving race cars for a living. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Yes, I want to flip that a little bit as well, because it is a lot of fun in the Xfinity Series. I remember back in the early 2000s, some drivers, yes, goals seem to always be to get to the Cup Series, but some drivers were like, I have my Sundays off. I get to spend more time with my family. That's another element, especially for you to consider. I mean, I love seeing your daughters in Victory Lane, grabbing hats and, just having so much fun on the grid pre-race. There's something else to be said. Not everyone needs Cup wins or championships on their resume. You've already established yourself in the history books in the Xfinity Series, and that just might be A-okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've gotten to the age now where if I didn't make it to the Cup level, it's not going to be in the end of the world. But
right.
I still kind of have that itch where if the right opportunity presented itself, and if it was, say, with RCR, it would be a no-brainer for me to make it and go to the Cup level. And like I said, even if it's only for a year or 2 or 3 years, you give it a shot and see how it is. But like you said, I mean, I do enjoy my Sundays. I really do. It's always a lot of fun to race on a Saturday, come home, and then I get to spend time with my 3 kids, my wife, our dogs, and we get to just have a good time on a Sunday. And I've heard a lot of stories on if you are running the Cup Series, it's a 7-day job, and you're constantly, come Monday morning, you would think that your Monday would kind of be your day off, and it's not. You're having to go into pre-race or post-race rather, from yesterday's race, and then you go straight into pre-race and you start kind of getting ready for the next weekend. So it's a constant just work on the Cup side, which I would love to give it a shot and do. Don't get me wrong, but having Sundays off isn't a bad thing.
Austin Hill joining us here in the Freak Nation. I mean, just ask Justin Allgaier. He seems pretty freaking happy sitting there winning championships in the Xfinity Series. Have you guys had any conversations about what Allgaier's done and plans on doing and hanging out in the Xfinity Series?
I mean, I there's always, that talk and trying to figure out what the next step is and what you're going to do. There has been talks about, staying in the Xfinity Series and making kind of turning into the kind of that Allgaier once he retires, kind of being that guy that's doing the same thing that he's done. But, it's going to be one of those things that time will tell. Don't really know exactly, what's going to happen. I would love to get a shot at least for, like I said, let's just call it 2 years. That first year, you never know. It could be really good, could be really bad. You're trying to figure the cars out. The Cup cars are so much different than the Xfinity cars. The way they race, the way they operate, everything that goes into Cup racing is a lot different than the Xfinity cars. So giving me a minimum of 2 years would actually give me the benefit of the doubt on, saying he can do it or he can't do it, right? If you only give it that 1 year, maybe we have a rough year and you run, say, 25th to 30th every week, and it's just not the year that you wanted. And a lot of guys might say, oh, we're going to get him out of here and put somebody new in. I think having that second year can really turn the switch on, and that's when you really see the performance gain. So for me, if I was to do it, I would at least want to get a minimum of 2 years under my belt, and hopefully it happens.
All those race wins on Talladega, Daytona, Atlanta, there's something there between you and Richard Childress. And I'm not trying to put a percentage on whose influences who the most to get those race wins, but could you do what you're doing on these super speedways with another team owner, or is this just the match that was found and that can only be duplicated through you two?
That is a great question. I've only ever ran a RCR car on a super speedway, so it's hard to say that if I was in a different team or whatever, could we still get the job done? I know one thing's for certain. I probably couldn't get the job done the way that we do and the fashion that we do it without our spotter, Derek Nealon. So, if I was to race at a different organization, I would have to have him. Like he's the guy. Him and I, we work so well together, and I really truly believe that the car is a lot of it, but then the rest of it is the driver and the spotter communicating and, trusting in each other. And him and I do that so well. And we've done that ever since we first started working together back in 2022, when I first came here to RCR, and it's just grown and it's gotten even bigger and better each and every year. Him and I, we all always critique each other on just being better, being the best that we can. And, it does make it a lot easier being in an RCR car with ECR power.
And, of course, Austin Hill here in the Freak Nation. Again, your winner from Talladega. The full interview will be up on our YouTube page later today. Be sure you subscribe at Official Speed Freaks. Coming down about 30, 45 minutes ago, William Sawalich will not be in the Joe Gibbs Racing 18 Xfinity Series car this weekend for Martinsville. Justin Bonsignore, however they say his last name. Is that how you say it? Bonsignore will be taking his spot. Evidently, concussion protocol. Dude is not going to be in a race car. And I think, to absolutely no one's surprise, Daniel Suarez takes the number 7 for Spire Motorsports next year. Cole Cusimano, can you name the teams that Daniel Suarez has driven for in the Cup Series?
Joe Gibbs Racing, Stewart Haas Racing, Trackhouse Racing, Spire Motorsports now coming up.
Yeah, this is the one that I don't remember. Gaunt Brothers.
Oh,
dang.
Gaunt, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, yeah, that was a rough, short tenure.
How about that?
Yeah.
How'd that work out? How are the Gaunt Brothers doing right about now?
Who?
Yep. Bang. Hey, man, the money stop. Don't forget, 7 o'clock Eastern on official Speed Freaks. That's 7 a.m. Eastern. You and your old brother drop it out there. Any surprises for Martinsville, or are you going to go with chalk?
Well, I think obviously you have to look at the round of 8 drivers, all 8 of them collectively, and consider them all for their props for this weekend. Definitely going to have some tips and tactics for approaching this elimination race. But I also might drop this one on Thursday as well. It's because we only have 2 more weeks to bank out with the most important NASCAR betting stop of the day, the money stop. So want to maximize your value, obviously. Get those bets in before the odds adjust for practice and qualifying. But it should be another really good show.
Where's your money on any Ford doing well?
Any Ford doing well? I mean, Ryan Blaney's going to be my race winner.
That's
pick.
right.
It's crazy. I mean, for him to be as far back as he is in the points in essentially a must-win scenario, for him to be as favored as he is heavily, it's pretty impressive. It really is, because they're anticipating him. The sports books are that he's going to have a three-peat to walk off into the championship race once again, which it's the numbers point to it. He's been one of the best cars all season, the last half of the year. So ride with YRB.
Who do you think? You think Denny Hamlin has brought in more people back into his camp, given his struggles with NASCAR, but his race wins as a driver for Joe Gibbs? Who, between Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano, who's the least liked to win the championship?
Wow, that's actually
Joey.
tough.
Joey.
I think Joey also. Everyone's tired of the Penske success at Phoenix. They're not too keen on Logano, obviously, for his antics and just how he's won the championships the last 2 or 3 years.
Right.
And I think, honestly, I've heard firsthand from many people who have not been Denny supporters over the years, they've really grown to appreciate what he's been able to do in terms of his success at his age, and just his maturity that he showed last week alone, or not last week, but 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas when he got that win. Wasn't taunting the fans, very remorseful and gracious. So I think Denny has kind of gotten back into the good graces of the fan bases for the most part.
Right.
But, yeah, Denny over Joey for sure in terms of the general masses.
Richie, you got yourself a big Formula One race this weekend.
Mexico, baby. It's going to be a great one. I have a feeling it's going to be good. The championship race is heating up. It is now a 3-driver race for the championship in Formula One between the 2 McLarens, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and Max Verstappen is right on their heels. Only 40 points back with 5 weeks remaining. He's got to basically win out every single race. But the drive for 5 is on for Max. He is now the favorite in Las Vegas, according to sportsbooks, to win this championship. He was 104 points back about a month ago, just prior to the summer break in Formula One. And he's right there, man. He's been the best driver in the best car.
How does Piastri lose this championship?
That's a great question. We're finding out. He's cracking under the pressure, man. He is cracking under the pressure.
Yeah.
Wasn't
That's
he the
how.
one that did the bonehead moves in the sprint race last weekend?
Yes, he was. Yep.
Pressure.
There it is. Freak Nation, the only national wrap-up show Sunday nights, right here with Speed Freaks at official Speed Freaks on your YouTube page, and of course on Racer Network on Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We're there for you, man.
Oh, real quick, Pato O'Ward's going to drive an FP1 this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
So get some IndyCar love in F1 this weekend, too.
Did I see where all the rookies in Formula One are going to run that? I think it was just...
So, yeah, there are a bunch of folks coming in, because they all have to, meet their requirements.
Well, explain what FP1 is, Richie.
It's the first practice of the weekend.
Yeah.
Free practice.
And so they all these teams have to have at least one young driver come in and drive a practice session. And for whatever reason, they're all choosing Mexico.
But Colton Herta can't do it because he hasn't earned his license yet.
He has not earned his
Cole's
license yet.
face.
So he's driving F2 next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was news on him, right, with F2? Okay.
His team has finally been declared.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
All right.
But he won't be in Mexico City, right?
Nope. Well, he might be in Mexico City.
Oh, he might be there, right?
Right.
But not behind the wheel of an F1 car.
All right. We'll do it again on Sunday night, Freak Nation. Make sure you're right back here, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Later.